There is a strange apartment in the vast archives of the United Galactic Assembly, one that nobody likes to mention. Hidden between records of failed terraforming projects and disastrous first contact events, it occupies a dimly lit corner that, despite the building's advanced air filtration systems, still manages to gather dust. Welcome to the Department of Failed Civilizations, where the chronicles of once mighty empires come to rest. Chief Archivist Zix adjusted their sensory appendages, what humans might mistake for a mix between antennae and a satellite dish, and let out a deep sigh, the kind only beings who have spent millennia documenting the downfall of entire civilizations can produce. Another data crystal arrived on their desk, carrying the final transmission of yet another fallen empire. Processing failed empire report hashtag 7294-533B. Zix dictated to the archive's AI. Note, please categorize this under catastrophically poor life choices instead of the standard natural evolution of societal collapse. And yes, before you ask, it does require a new classification category. The AI responded in its usual overly cheerful tone. But Archivist Zix, we've already created 15 new classification categories this cycle alone. The High Archival Council has expressed concerns regarding our, quote, exponentially expanding taxonomy of failure. Zix's chromatophores flickered with mild irritation. Well, the High Archival Council can take their concerns and file them under bureaucratic hand-wringing, subsection, pointless. Besides, this one is special. They all are these days, the AI chimed. The crystal hummed to life under Zix's touch, projecting its contents into the air above their desk. A standard encoding sequence appeared. Another empire's final words, its last known coordinates, and the ever-present timestamp marking the moment of their civilization's end. Computer, mark this as the 47th empire this cycle too. Zix hesitated, their color patterns shifting to what their species used to signal disbelief mixed with existential dread. Computer, run a pattern analysis on the final coordinates of all expired empires from the last 10 cycles. Processing. The AI responded. Analysis complete. Would you like me to file this under disturbing coincidences or statistical improbabilities that should not exist? Neither, Zix whispered, their outer membrane paling slightly. File it under Earth-related incidents. And clear my schedule. We're going to need a bigger classification system. The next 6 hours blurred by in a haze of holographic projections and increasingly alarming data points. Zix's office now resembled what humans might call a conspiracy theorist's lair. It said theorists had access to multidimensional data streams and quantum probability matrices. Display case file number 1, Zix commanded, their voice raspier than usual after hours of dictation. The quantum dominion of Axia. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing the final message from what had once been the galaxy's foremost experts in probability manipulation. Calculation error. Humans defy mathematical certainty. Abort. Do not attempt to predict their next move. The transmission ended. Zix's chromatophores darkened in concern. Next case file. The projection shifted to the biocollective of neuropsy, a species that had achieved perfect societal harmony through a shared consciousness. Their final transmission was erratic. Our attempted psychic integration with Earth's population has failed catastrophically. They have memes. The infection spreads. We cannot stop sharing cat videos. The transmission degraded into static. The AI chimed in helpfully. Shall I file that under mimetic warfare or cultural contamination? Zix rubbed their appendages together in frustration. Both. Neither. I don't know anymore. Show me the mechanized consortium of logic's final transmission. This one was even shorter. Error. Human behavior does not compute. Diagnostic reveals they know it makes no sense and do it anyway. System crash imminent. Zix's color pattern now indicated what their species recognized as a severe headache. Computer, what is the average time between first contact with Earth and total societal collapse for these empires? Processing, average time is 3.7 standard cycles. With a notable outlier, the perfection hierarchy of Symmetria lasted only 2 local Earth days before their entire civilization reorganized itself around something called abstract expressionism. Zix stared at projections, their chromatophores flickering between patterns of disbelief and existential dread. Computer, tell me I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. The AI remained cheerful, yet somehow conveyed sympathy. Pattern confirmed. Every empire that has attempted to conquer, study, or even helpfully guide Earth has suffered total systemic collapse within 5 cycles. Primary cause, exposure to what reports refer to as human nature. Zix began pacing, their locomotion tentacles leaving faint iridescent trails on the archive floor. But that's impossible. These were advanced civilizations. The quantum dominion could rewrite probability. The biocollective had eliminated conflict through unity. The mechanized consortium had perfected logic itself. Correction, the AI interjected. They had eliminated all logic until encountering humans. Zix inhaled sharply. Computer, when was our empire's last official contact with Earth? The Cultural Understanding Initiative was launched approximately 3.4 cycles ago. Would you like me to file this conversation under Existential Crises or Last Words? Zix's chromatophores dimmed. Pull up the classified files. Show me the 3 biggest failures first. The AI hesitated. The ones marked never to be discussed under penalty of atomic restructuring, or those labeled, so embarrassing we pretend these species never existed. Both. And add a new classification. Catastrophes that would be hilarious if they weren't so terrifying. The first case file materialized. The Zix Collective, a civilization of energy-based beings who decided Earth's oceans would make excellent vacation homes. Their final transmission read, "Urgent abort colonization. Humans have weaponized water. Repeat, they take hydrogen dioxide, add artificial flavoring, carbonate it, and sell it in plastic containers. They drink it for pleasure. Our economy collapsed attempting to understand their brand loyalty. Last surviving members have become addicted to something called L.A. Croix. Send the next case." Zix interrupted, their appendages trembling. The AI continued displaying the tragic downfall of highly advanced civilizations, all undone by humanity's bizarre, chaotic, and often absurd nature. Finally, Zix muttered, "Computer, initiate Protocol Omega 7. Warning. Protocol Omega 7 requires apocalyptic level clearance. Are you sure you want to access the files labeled Things We Really Wish We Hadn't Learned? Archives override security. Authorization code. We're probably doomed anyway 42. The room dimmed. Hidden data crystals emerged from previously invisible compartments. The final, darkest secrets of the universe were about to be revealed. And Zix had the sinking feeling that Earth was at the center of it all. Zix-Lax's chromatophores flickered wildly as they reviewed the latest report. The realization struck like a rogue asteroid. Humanity wasn't conquering civilizations. They were accidentally inspiring them into self-destruction. "Computer," Zix-Lax whispered, their skin shifting through shades of existential horror. Cross-reference these reports with instances of direct human hostility. Processing. No matches found. What about human-led military aggression? 0 matches. Human conquest attempts? None. However, there are thousands of entries under humans accidentally introducing other species to the concept of personal freedom, democracy, and casual Fridays. Zix-Lax's tentacles twitched. That's it. The humans aren't toppling empires through war. They're just living, and by doing so, they're infecting civilizations with ideas like work-life balance, independent thought, and they shuddered, the right to say no to unpaid overtime. The AI hummed in thought. Analysis suggests a 94% correlation between exposure to human cultural elements and subsequent societal upheaval. The quantum dominion didn't fall because humans defied their calculations. Zix-Lax continued, pacing. It collapsed because their workforce discovered humans only work 8-hour shifts. The bio-collective wasn't undone by psychological warfare. It fractured because half of its hive mind wanted to binge-watch different shows. The Grand Demonstrator didn't fall to human deception. Their citizens simply learned about hobbies. The AI's synthetic voice crackled with concern. Warning. Similar patterns detected within our own civilization. Reports indicate a 73% increase in citizens requesting casual dress codes and flexible work hours following preliminary Earth observations. Zix lacks chromatophores pulse an alarm. Computer, display our empire's current exposure to human culture. The resulting hologram was a cascade of flashing red alerts, critical mass warnings, and a disturbing spike in a category labeled workers questioning the point of it all. One particularly worrisome graph indicated the viral spread of a concept called Taco Tuesdays. This is catastrophic. Zix whispered. No weapons, no invasion. Just billions of beings realizing they don't actually want to spend their entire existence in service to the eternal glory of the Empire. The AI's tone shifted, unusually hesitant. Final report from the Cultural Understanding Initiative just arrived. The one labeled, "Oh no," in large, blinking letters. A new file materialized. Zix read the first lines and nearly collapsed into a heap of bioluminescent despair. Emergency update. Observation Team Alpha has gone native. Repeat, the entire team has gone native. Asterisk, asterisk. They've started something called a podcast. Zix voice cracked. Half of them are now content creators. The other half are writing self-help books about escaping the corporate rat race. The AI chimed in grimly. Additional alerts indicate military effectiveness down 45% due to personal growth journeys. Economic projections catastrophic as workers abandon industry to find their true passion. Royal air influenced by human gap year concept, now backpacking across the galaxy. Governing Council emergency session called to address the rise of positive vibes only philosophy. Zix turned to the viewport, watching in horror as their once efficient civilization succumbed to chaos. Unauthorized recreational gatherings sprang up in public spaces. A rogue faction had launched a fleet of food trucks. Rumors swirled about an upcoming music festival in the capital's most tightly regulated district. The end wasn't coming with a bang or a whimper, but with a wave of citizens deciding they deserved a day off. The AI issued one final report. Projected timeline for total societal collapse? Based on current trends, 3 standard days after our civilization's first TikTok clone launches. Zix buried their face in their tentacles. Computer, file this under imminent catastrophe. Categorizing under social media was a mistake. Through the archive's observation windows, Zix saw the final unraveling. Bureaucrats abandoning their posts in favor of passion projects. The Supreme High Commander attempting to monetize a cooking channel. The Emperor's most trusted advisor posting hot takes on human cinema. Zix sighed, their chromatophores cycling to the colors of existential surrender. To any civilization that finds this record, don't bother resisting. The moment you discover Earth's social media, it's already too late. The only question is whether your empire will fall to cat videos or food delivery apps. They took one last glance at their reports before issuing a final command. Computer, file this under. Transmission interrupted. Cause, impromptu office party. The AI logged the final entry under yet another empire that should have left Earth alone.